welcome Sanjeev, Chief Operating Officer of Wipro. Thank you so much, Sanjeev, for taking your time out with the busy schedule. I know that how busy your schedule is. Really appreciate that from GWFM. Always get inspiration and motivation and encouragement for team to look beyond the boundaries and think something which is not there, and very innovative ways of doing things. In fact, this is the fifth edition which we are doing, and you've been there in most of our major events and got your suggestions, insights, and inspiration to all the WFM professionals across the world. And it really gives me privilege to have you and your word of wisdoms to all the WFM catalysts here. So now we have some of the Indians and Philippines team has joined. In evening, we're going to have team joining from EMEA and also from North America, Latin America. So out of it, entire 48 hours, we're going to have this lot of ideas, exchanging innovations, talks, and problem area and solutions and all. To talk about Sanjeev is a thought leader, always inspires people, and I'll always look up to Sanjeev to learn. Every time that I interact with him, I learn something new and great inspiration. And Sanjeev has a big team globally, and he's one of the leaders where everyone looks up to him. And Sanjeev is known for his simplicity and audacity and down to earth leader. I never seen any of such leaders like Sanjeev, so down to earth and always ready to help GWFM and global team. It's a privilege to have you, Sanjeev, with us. And with this, we're going to inaugurate 2025 5.0 WFM Innovation. We have this theme of AI-powered WFM innovation, reimagining WFM for high-performance organizations, ROI, resilience, and then revenue. Most of the participants are so excited for the new problem areas and new solutions and new ways of doing it. Your inspiration, word of wisdom will definitely create great value to everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Shiva. First of all, thank you to you and Partho for continuing this journey with resilience. Let me tell you, it's not easy, okay? And I think you have really taken this opportunity of a topic which is so thankless, but I think you have made it mainstream. I really appreciate you have gone global. The forum has become bigger, better, and a lot more insightful. Uh, I think I'm very happy that you launched this maturity model book, and also the course on WFM degree with the university just over the last weekend. Yeah, I think those are all, I would say, significant milestones in the career journey of workforce management or a talent supply chain professional. So really acknowledge, appreciate a lot for what you have done, both of you, Partho and Shiva. Yeah. Having said that, guys, for those of you who are from Bangalore, you will relate to it more, or maybe from India, you will relate to more. The book launch that Shiva did on the WFM maturity model, and this was done in a place with me, which actually is a true reflection of how to make talent supply chain work in a very, I would say, people would not even relate to the things. So this was, Shiva, if you remember, early morning, I don't know, 7 a.m. breakfast at a place called Taza Tindi in Jayanagar, which serves the most hygienic and the cheapest South Indian breakfast. And that is where I called Shiva. He was expecting to meet in some five-star or somewhere. I told him, no, I think you come there. And then we saw, and I have been there regular anyway, is I told him this is talent supply chain in action. Yeah, I think you pay at the counter and instantaneously you just walk in the queue, and within 2 or 3 minutes you have your plate in hand with the food that you want at the lowest cost, at the it's basically right time, right skill, right cost, whatever you call it. All the parameters were met, right, Shiva? I think in that in that place that we. So I think, guys. So the point I'm making is, first of all, there is no rocket science. We can make it rocket science if you want. We can make this workforce management sound very complex. We can blame everyone else, upstream, downstream. But I think this is the function which to me is like a key gearbox, which actually has to keep the car moving. That means it has to monitor all the parameters on the car dashboard and then challenge whichever, right? If you need fuel, you need fuel, right? If you need servicing, you need servicing, right? So just think of like relate your roles to whatever comes to you in a day in your life. Don't make it too scientific. I think that's where I would say the most innovation happens. And in my view, in your roles, the second important thing is make sure there is no scope, right? Sometimes don't get too much into this is my scope. I will look into skill. I will look into demand. I will look into supply. I will do like don't box yourself. The more you box yourself, you will feel frustrated. So the point I'm making is, end of the day, your outcome is there is a client who needs to be served with the right skill in the right time at the right cost. Keep that as your North Star and work backwards. If it means talking to the account teams in your businesses to get the demand clarity, so be it. Do that. Don't expect that you will. Uh, I don't even know how many of WFM professionals today talk to the account teams. If you talk, terrific. Do that. Sometimes I think we get lost in the hierarchy that we are just left on Excels and systems, and we are away from the reality of what's happening on the ground. Yeah, so connect with the demand means you connect with the account teams who are closest to the client. If required, of course, go to the client in the client meetings, client visits, and engage with the client also. Then when it comes to supply, engage with the supply teams. It could be your talent acquisition, it could be your internal ways of fulfilling demands, whether it's bench, whether it is whatever else that you have in your companies. Just make sure you again reach to the last mile, and then you make the magic happen of how do we get things to happen at a short notice. So a couple of things that I felt that we continue to have challenges. None of us are perfect. All of us today, if you ask in your companies, are you losing money because of lack of fulfillment? Answer is yes. I think we can keep justifying with a lot of analytical parameters that I was right, someone else was wrong. But as a company, we are losing money. Point number one to be accepted. And you can do your own computation of what money we have lost based on the demand that has been overdue and not fulfilled. I think we should take learnings from that and work backwards. So what we are trying to do is really, and my team can share a lot more details along, in as part of the forum on an ongoing basis, is one is we are trying to really address the demand clarity much upstream, right? So we are now in uh, say this quarter of April to June. I think it's important to have the visibility of the next quarter if we have to fill the demands without any revenue loss, because it does take 90-day notice period, as all of us know, if you have to hire. So at least you need 90-day visibility. Now, having said that, it's not always possible to have 90 days. There are clients who will say, give me someone today, tomorrow, yesterday, all that will happen. So it's important to have some sense of forecasting, right? Forecasting, not necessarily from the, it's very easy to say account has to give forecast, but I think we should look at our own trends, patterns, which are the skills which we are having shortage. It's just like a stock out situation in a shop. When am I getting my raw material over? What should I order? When should I order? So have your own algorithms, and AI actually allows a lot of it nowadays. So I think in your companies, you start again using an hackathon kind of a event. Try to create some excitement or science around on a weekly basis. Do I know what are the shortages in which location, in which skill that I may have? And start planning for those, right? So engage your skilling teams and therefore start planning. Now, it's typically people will say it's not a talent supply chain job or someone else. But again, these are the areas where I think you can be really innovative. So get skilling in the game, the team in the game, start looking at skill shortages and start addressing them. The other common thing what we have seen is in our business, the volumes are so high and the conversion of hiring is so less that to almost hire one person, you may need to meet almost 25, 30 people, right? So there are multiple layers of screening and L1 interview and L2 interview and whatnot, and including the client interviews. So I think there are opportunities again for us as professionals here to use AI. And this is where I think we can, nowadays, there are a lot of good tools that have come, which actually can be very unbiased and very objective, where they can interview candidates for any parameters. It could be communication skills, it could be technical skills, it could be behavioral skills, and it can give a very objective assessment of where are you. Initially it looks like a shock for many, including the candidate and the manager, that how can a AI interview happen with a faceless interview, just like your income tax. When it comes to income tax, we love the faceless scrutiny, but when it comes to interview, we kind of start asking questions, why I need to not talk to a human. But I would say that has been a game changer. I think we still have, I would say, long way to go in terms of using it at scale. But our initial experiments are very clearly showing that recruitment can be a big game changer, at least for clearing of L1, L2 interviews. And even preparing for client interviews, there are AI tools nowadays which actually customize your domain, customize what the client questions could be, and make it like a role play, right? People can use AI role plays for interviews. So I think please leverage those ideas which are now coming up in a big way. How AI is coming up in interviews, AI is coming up in skilling for your assessment platforms, and AI is coming up for projecting your demand. Right, a lot of us do forecasting. So how can you use AI to predict what is going to be my based on the it can be done both ways, based on what I see on the demand side, where will we end up on revenue? Or it could be, if I have to achieve X dollar revenue, what should be my demand, right? It could be both ways we can look at it, and we can work on proactively, working on how do I grow the business. So I think to me, we are in a very sweet spot of all the parameters that your session talks about. Revenue, right? Absolutely, the company revenue depends on our team. This talent supply chain team determines what happens, how much of revenue can be added based on the fulfillment that we do, and based on the billing that we can get from our associates whom we deploy. Margins are dependent on this team, which means that am I getting people at the right cost? And if I have people at a higher cost because over a period of time they would have got promoted and they would have done a great work, but if the rate card is not improving, the profitability shrinks. So it's good for the employee, maybe career, but not good for the company. So therefore, how can I leverage my high cost employees to different demands, right? Rotate them to a different role with a higher rate card. So that helps the company margin straight away. So I think these are the ideas where our teams can help add revenue, as I said, help in margin. And nowadays, what we are finding is this agentic AI is a new technology that is kind of evolving. Start experimenting with it. I spoke about the recruiter agent, about the interviews. So there are many more use cases like this, whatever is relevant for you. I think that will really help in taking away a lot of non-value added activities, and even reducing a lot of middlemen kind of roles, and get faster execution of a lot of parameters. Uh, I think that's what I wanted to just share, Shiva, for a few minutes, as to how we can look at our function to add revenue, drive margin, drive really, in terms of the AI solutions, basically AI powered. That's what you're calling it, AI powered innovation. Is really, use AI wherever we can, and including things like what we are doing now is looking at fixed price profitability. All of you must be doing that as well in your companies. How we can again drive a lot more actions on the fixed price projects which are in our control, drive a lot more AI tools usage in that. So the scope keeps changing. While you're doing this, look out what AI will do to disrupt which kind of roles, like have a future vision of what will happen, which jobs will go away, which jobs need to be upskilled. So I think very important for skilling team to really be tightly engaged with the talent supply chain team in your organizations. So I'll pause for any questions here, team. Otherwise, I can go on and share my perspectives.
Any of you have any questions to Sanjeev? Yeah, yes, Sis Sonuj. Yeah.
Hi, Shiva. Not really a question, but there are a lot of things that Sanjeev mentioned, which is relatable. Especially the point where he said a lot of us, we kind of stick to our roles and responsibilities as defined on the papers, and we end up not exploring beyond the value add that we can, provide as a workforce management to various teams. And I could relate to most of what he said because there are times I've stepped out. My team stepped out, from the roles and responsibility. We initiated those meetings or the brainstorm sessions with all the teams involved, and we could see a lot of folks from various teams, opening up in terms of ideas, and very welcoming for that initiative that we took. We could have we always had the option to just do an RTA or a scheduling, or just the verticals that we support. But when we did something different, we could see the benefit coming out from all the teams, and that's where they over the period of time saw us as true consultants. And then our expertise also improved because we were able to see the other perspectives, which we otherwise would not have seen, and all that kind of helped. And over a period of time, we really could add value. So that small step that we took, to go beyond our roles and responsibilities, take that initiative of scheduling time with them, understand everybody's perspectives, and then brainstorm, and then eventually get into a solution that gave more solutions than what we thought of. So thanks for that insights, Sanjeev. Totally relatable.
Thanks, Shanoj.
Thanks, Raj. Anyone has any questions?
No, Sanjeev, sir, it's always a pleasure to hear from you. Last year, you said connecting remote India when we all went in Bangalore. And this year, I'm taking don't box yourself, go wild, reach for the sky. Thank you. Just one thing on uh, the skilling and the mapping that you spoke about. I think agentic AI recently is playing a key part, something that we want to look forward to. So just a thought here.
No,
I saw a
absolutely.
prototype. Yes.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Please explore. A lot of solutions are there of agentic AI with multiple providers on areas of skilling, on areas of talent acquisition, on areas of workforce planning. So ideally, we need a recruiter in every or an agent in every function. In each of your role, I'm expecting we should have an agent. There should be a Subhashini agent and a Subhashini, right? What I'm hearing is the future is me plus my agent. My agent will do a lot of work, transactional work, and I'll have to be elevated myself to think more strategic and forward.
Absolutely, sir. You read my mind, in future, me and agents is how I imagine myself. Last weekend, I was thinking the same. Thank you for that.
Good.
There is another
Thanks, Raj.
parallel product on the agentic AI base that is Agent Force that was developed by Salesforce. I believe quite a few organizations in Americas are using that, and it is actually generating a lot of positive results, especially the sentiment analysis and assisting the agent to use the process flows and make a right decision, assisting the customers. I believe yes, that's definitely the future.
Yeah, there are many tools, guys. So Salesforce, ServiceNow, Microsoft, Google, AWS, plus startups. So many agents are there. So you choose whatever for your company and your function. But do some experiments. You, as a part of hackathon, you can create some agents. It is not a rocket science that we have to use something else.
Absolutely. I mean, the 48 hours of time gives them the kind of creating complete strategy, and then work on the prototype and experiment it and test it. Right. Any other questions?
Just a point to add, Shiva. So, I mean, that kind of reminds me of a movie, Multiplicity. This was somewhere, in the year 1958. And I was surprised that, people have already thought about it, like how to have an agent, I mean, everyone would have wished, right? I mean, I wish I had someone like me, another version who could, do a lot of things for me. And then, I can be free myself. And what I see is a lot of companies, not too many, but there are companies also coming up with this kind of idea where they say, we will, I mean, CEO will have somebody, an assistant provided by this company, like, providing a resource, and he or she will take care of, everything that he typically does on a day-to-day life. So, I mean, it's advanced that way. But what I see is a lot of movies have already thought about it long times. So this is about the movie is about, just one guy who's so stressed out, he's not able to manage, his wife's expectations, his family expectation, office expectation, and then he one day thinks of, creating his own version, right? This genetically and scientifically, and then uh, uh, he manages to do that. But there is, of course, pros and cons of it, and then, how he tries to manage it. So that's one nice movie that I kind of want, to suggest people to watch, just to say, how people, some of the movie makers at least have thought about it long ago, about, the advancements that could happen in future.
Absolutely, Sanj. Thanks, Sanjeev. Any other insights that if you like to give? I think we can have a few more insights or any profound thoughts and suggestions for the team. I think that you have already given a lot many. I think these are all really encouraging and very profound ones. I'm sure that team would take it with the right spirit for next 2 days and bring in their new thoughts and new ideas to experiment this.
Yeah, no, no, thanks, Shiva. I think appreciate it. I think I'm very optimistic about this team who has been doing a lot of domain knowledge, a lot of expertise. It's just a matter of unlocking our thinking and use the tools, AI that's available. Use this hackathon experience. Talk to each other. The good thing is multiple companies, different industries coming together. But back to basics. Don't overcomplicate. Again, go to Taza Tindi or go to the nearest uh, place where you get fast meal at a lower cost. That's where I think a lot of learnings come from. Yeah.
So, Sanjeev.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, sir.
Good luck, everyone.
Thanks, Sajid. Really appreciate your
Yeah.
Thank
valuable
you.
time
Take care. Thank you.
and
Thank you.
sharing your insights. Thank you so much,
Thank
Sanjeev.
you. Bye.